Marcus, a cheerful and optimistic dwarf, felt energized and when he was getting married to Natasha, called Tasa, believing he found its true soulmate. The ceremony was a celebration of love with Marcus, fully convinced that he and Tasa were destined to build a lifetime of happiness together. When Marcus found out what was really going on, he couldn't believe it. He was convinced that it was to be a mistake. There had been some kind of explanation for all of these, he told himself. However, as he dove into a wife's secrets, he realized that it was the truth. He was absolutely disgusted, and he knew their marriage was over, but he was not going to let her go away with this. He devised the perfect plan and took some time to put everything in place. Tasa was never going to see this coming. It was changing everything, and their lives would never be the same again. But Marcus did not care. He would never forgive her for anyway. Couldn't believe that he had done that to him. When the day finally came and Marcus put his plan into action, Natasha burst into tears. "What have you done?" "This is a big mistake," she yelled, but Marcus wouldn't listen. He was done. Little he did know that was going to be the end of the story then. Much worse things were yet to come, but what did Natasha marry Marcus in the first place? How did he find out? What did he do to take the revenge? At first everything seemed perfectly normal. Marcus was head over heels in love with Natasha, and the wedding and the honeymoon felt like a dream. Over the next few years, things got only better, and everything seemed absolutely perfect. The two of them built an amazing life for themselves, and Marcus had no clue that all about Natasha's secret agenda. Now that he knew that he is carefully and she is carefully planned everything from moment they first met and the sign was clear. He often brought back to some moments in the past that had seemed a bit odd to him, but which he had always dismissed just about coincidence or misunderstanding, and he was furious at himself for not having put the pieces together earlier. It could have been saved a lot of trouble. Marcus remembered how, when he was received the first text message, he immediately been reading it, believing it was a scam. Someone had simply sent it to a wrong number. Not even for a single second did he believe that it was a real warning away for him to find out the real truth of his wife. He quickly forgot about it and didn't even once think about it anymore until he received another message. The first text was said, "Your wife is hiding something from you," but Marcus was dismissed this without giving it another thought. When the second message came, thought it mentioned his wife's name. He couldn't ignore it anymore. "Natasha isn't what you think she is," it is said. Marcus decided to talk to her about it, still convinced that it was a mistake or some sort of prank, or one evening, so they cuddled up and together in the couch, he decided to bring it up. "Honey, can I ask you something?" he said, and he ended up showing her the messages on his phone. Natasha laughed it up and asked him if he really thought she was hiding something from him. "I will tell you everything," she said. She was a very good liar. At this point, Marcus didn't know that his wife's hidden talents and he believed her. He blocked the number and had to send him the text. He went on with his wife, feeling that Natasha's life was perfect, and he had everything he had wanted. Little did he know that everything was going to be changed his mind soon enough. For about 2 weeks from that evening, everything seemed to be going very well. It did like always had. Marcus was thankful for the beautiful wife every day. He enjoyed every second they spent together. It all began to change when one day someone who knew that the real Natasha followed him when he left the work. He made a life changing discovery when that turned out the whole world upside down. Marcos was driving home, enjoying the sunny day, feeling pleased with the work at the accounting firm. The radio played in the favorite music. He hummed along, thinking about the delicious dinner Natasha might have been waiting for him. The warm breeze blew through the window, making the day feel even perfect. He glanced at the clock at the dashboard and smiled, knowing he could be home in the time to relax before dinner. As he neared his home, Marcus noticed the car followed him and grew suspicious for his intentions. He glanced in the rear mirror repeatedly, trying to catch a better look of the driver. The car, a dark sedan, kept its distance and matched every turn. What's going on? He muttered to himself, feeling a kind of nut worrying from the stomach. His pleasant drive was not clouded by unease. Instead of headed straight home, Marcus decided to drive around the neighborhood to confirm that if the car was indeed following him. He turned left and then right, passing familiar houses and parks. The dark sedan mirrored his every move, never falling out of sight. This can't be a coincidence, he thought, his heart beating faster. Marcus decided to take a few more random turns to be absolutely sure before heading home. After realizing the car was persistently tailing him, Marcus cleverly took several shortcuts to lose the followers. He set off slightly, taking narrow, winding streets he knew well. A sharp turn here, a quick cut through the alley there. He used the local knowledge to take his advantage. Eventually, he glanced back and saw no sign of the dark sedan. Breathing a sigh of relief, he also made his way, hoping the order was over, the follow was over. Finally, shaking off the mysterious car, Marcus returned home, feeling confused and unsettled by the encounter. As he pulled into a driveway, he glanced around the last time, making sure he wasn't followed. He walked into the house, trying to shake off the uneasy feeling. Hey, honey, everything okay? Natasha asked from the kitchen. Marcus forced a smile and nodded, but the strange encounter lingered in his mind, casting a shadow over the evening. The next day, Marcus walked out of the office for lunch and spotted the same car parked in the lot. His heart sank as he recognized the dark sedan from the previous day. Not again, he muttered under the breath, scanning the lot for any sign of the driver. The car's presence was too much of a coincidence, and Marcus felt a surge of anxiety as he considered what to do next. Inside the car, a hooded figure wearing a cap was visibly watching Marcus, which alarmed him. The face was almost obscured, but their eyes were fixed on him. Marcus' pulse quickened and he quickly averted his gaze, pretending not to notice. He felt the weight of the stare and knew he needed to get out of from there fast. His lunch plans were now the last thing on his mind, feeling threatened. Marcus quickly retreated back to the office, worried about the safety and his business. He hurried through the door, his thoughts racing. Why are you watching me? He wondered, glancing over the shoulder one last time before entering the building. Once inside, he locked the door and leaned against it, trying to calm his nerves. the fear and uncertainty at him as he considered his next move. Inside, he speculated that the person might be targeting him for or his money, or possibly for corporate sabotage. Sitting at his desk, he drummed his finger, thinking of potential enemies. Who would want to harm me? He pondered aloud. The accountancy firm had its share of competitors, but this felt personal. Marcus couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to this than just a business rivalry. The mystery deepened, and so did the unease to Marcus. The mysteriousness follower actually wanted to reveal some crucial information about Natasha. The hooded figure was trying to get into attention not to harm him, but to help him. Marcus, oblivious to the fact, remained on edge, convinced that it was some sort of danger. As he tried to piece together the puzzle, he was unaware of the truth waiting to be uncovered. This is the part one for Marcus and Natasha's story. I'll come with the second part in coming soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.